Alright guys, today we have more PlayStation news and info to go over and talk about. We have a few things we're going to be discussing in today's video, so if you could do me a favor and hit the like button to help the video out, I'd really appreciate that, and hit the subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. We're starting here with the announcement of a new PlayStation 5 exclusive game called Abandoned. It is a cinematic survival horror simulation game that is apparently targeting Q4 2021. There is a blog post on this over on the official PlayStation blog. It says, "Hello everyone, I'm Hassan from Blue Box Game Studios based in the Netherlands. The team and I are working on our new title coming exclusively to PS5 this year, and I can't wait to show off some gameplay footage from the game in action. However, since the game is at an early development stage, I wanted to announce the game today and show off a little announcement teaser we made. Abandoned is a cinematic first-person horror survival shooter set in a highly detailed open-world environment and favors a realistic approach to survival." So it says the story. The story is centered around Jason Longfield, who wakes up in a strange forest, abandoned and not remembering how he got there. Jason soon finds out that he was kidnapped and brought there for a dark purpose. Fighting for his survival, his main goal is escape. Realistic character interaction. We want to deliver a uniquely personal gameplay experience, one that feels realistic. Every event has an influence on your character. If Jason is out of breath after sprinting or is afraid, his firing accuracy will suffer. Unlike action shooter titles, firing weapons in Abandoned will be realistically slow. You will need to be tactical in order to survive. The development. Our studio is focused on crafting a cinematic style first-person story. This is no fast-paced shooter in which you just run, aim, and shoot. Abandon requires you to hide and plan every single shot before pulling the trigger. We want you to be nervous come each and every enemy encounter, to be aware that a wrong move can be the deciding factor between surviving a combat scenario or not. Immersion through the DualSense, wireless controller, and 3D audio. We wanted to emphasize realism through user immersion. This would not be possible without the DualSense wireless controller. Players will feel each and every interaction during gameplay, such as being struck by a bullet. Pulling the trigger on a loaded or unloaded gun will feel different. Equally, 3D audio will help shape your decisions and tactics using the accurate positioning of gunshots out in the wilds to help decide your next move. The power of the PS5. Our team is unraveling the power of the PS5, but we've made amazing progress so far. The console allows us to process high-quality motion capture, all running at 60 frames per second and rendered at a native 4K resolution. We're making sure the environmental quality is as close to the real thing as possible. In all, this results in realistic graphics, smooth character animations, and minimal loading screens. And so it says, while we don't want to go through the full gameplay details just yet, a full gameplay video will be available soon. We couldn't wait to give you a glimpse of what to expect. So yeah, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes here to go over this because I think that it has promise. This is obviously not a big AAA title that Sony is backing here, but it is something that does seem like it could be kind of in between, I guess you could say, AA and AAA. At the very least, it does seem promising with what they're trying to achieve here. I've seen some complaints from the footage we've seen so far. Some people are saying that, it looks too washed out or there's issues with the frame rate, but we do need to understand that this is just a sneak peek. They're just giving us an early tease and it is still early in development, but I do like the idea of what they're going for here. Ultra realism when it comes to survival. It being horror based, it's going to, be striving for photorealistic graphics. I like what I'm hearing about this game. So this is something that maybe I will continue to follow. And it is interesting that it is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I don't know if this is a game that Sony went after or if they tried to actively partner with Sony, but clearly Sony likes what they're seeing here enough that they want to make it an exclusive, I assume. So yeah, let me know what you think about this game. Is this something that you would want to play? It's also worth noting, I want to add this as well before we move on. A lot of people are saying that this is very clearly going to be a PSVR 2 title. I think that that is certainly possible when you think about it being, first person, survival horror. I think that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, let me know if Abandoned is a game that you're going to be paying attention to. If you're liking what you're seeing and hearing so far, let me know down in the comments below. But we're going to move on from that and talk again about the whole MLB The Show 21 going to Game Pass situation, because we have more information that seems to clarify the situation. So this is reading from VGC, and it says Sony Interactive Entertainment has claimed that the decision to put its internally developed baseball title MLB The Show 21 on Xbox Game Pass was the license holder's decision. Xbox announced last week that the PlayStation Studios title will be free to Xbox Game Pass subscribers on its release date of April 20th for both Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles. This move was surprising since the game, which is developed by Sony's San Diego studio, will release on the PS4 and PS5 at a standard $60 and $70 title. Now, in a fresh statement issued to Inverse, Sony has claimed that the decision to release The Show 21 on Xbox Game Pass was the MLB's decision. And so this is what Sony had to say. As part of the goal for this year's game, MLB decided to bring the franchise to more players and baseball fans. This decision provides a unique opportunity to further establish MLB The Show as the premier brand for baseball video games. So, yeah, I mean, look, he's being a little bit, I guess we could say he's not blatantly saying, like, we didn't choose to do this, the MLB did, but he's making it clear that this was, in fact, the MLB decision. In my opinion, this was very obvious. I don't necessarily think that Sony was caught off guard. I kind of speculated that maybe Sony didn't even know that this game was going to go to Game Pass, but if I had to assume what happened is the MLB pretty much approached Sony. They said, look, our contract needs to be renewed and we want to get this game everywhere. So you're either going to sign this contract and let us do what we want with it. You can still develop the game. You can still publish it on your platform. You can still rake in all the money that you will be, owed, obviously, for developing the game. Or you can release the MLB and we're going to take it to somebody else to develop. And it was going to end up on every, platform anyway. So, Sony just said, all right, we're just going to sign it. We're just going to keep developing it. And I honestly, I don't fault them for that. It is weird that this is how it had to end up. But the reality is it wasn't Sony's decision. I'm sure if it was just up to Sony, MLB The Show would remain a PlayStation only exclusive. But, the MLB wants to get it everywhere. So I can't fault Sony for this. It's a high quality sports game. Sony San Diego has spent years mastering the development of this franchise, so it would be kind of strange to just rip that away from them and say, you're not doing this anymore, and then give it to another development team that would probably, I don't want to say butcher it, but, the chances of them being able to keep it at that quality level that you've come to expect from Sony San Diego is, the chances are very low. So that's the situation here. It was not Sony's decision. It was the MLB's. And I'm not necessarily sure that Sony was caught off guard by this, but, it's just the nature of the business and the contract. I have seen some people say that they think Sony should have just let it go rather than letting the MLB strong arm them here. But I mean, it's a sports game, guys. People are getting out of hand with the way they're acting about this. If you are somebody who is not happy about paying full price for this game on a PlayStation platform, then you are free to go to Game Pass. It's there. I've seen people saying this like, PlayStation fans have to pay full price. I hate to break it to you. There are plenty of gamers who like to still buy and own their games and they don't mind paying full price, especially for a game like The Show where they kind of know what to expect and they know what they're getting. And if they don't want to do that, if there are those who are like, I'm not getting it for virtually free, so I'm not going to buy it, then don't buy it. Go to Game Pass. That's why it's there. You have your option to do that. So it is what it is. I don't fault Sony for doing this. They just want to keep developing MLB, and it is what it is. So there's a little bit of clarification, but that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. I didn't have too much to talk about here, but I wanted to let you know about this new survival horror game that is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It sounds promising. I'm interested to hear and learn more about it and see more of it. And I wanted to update you guys on the whole MLB The Show 21 situation because we speculated that this was not Sony's decision, and we now have clarification that, yes, it was not Sony who decided to do this. It was, in fact, the MLB. So leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I will be very interested to see what you guys have to say. Again, leave the video a like if you did enjoy it or if you did find it informative. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.